Is it? Okay. Children, in the previous class, we were discussing about adaptation in plants. We have started again. See, different plants grow in different areas. All you know that all plants do not grow in same place. Some plants grow very well in some areas because of their adaptation. Because of their adaptation. See, depending on their adaptation or depending on their landforms, we have classified two types of plants. One is aquatic plants, second one is terrestrial plants. Already we learned that, children, what is the aquatic plants. What are the types aquatic plants are there? We learned that. And second one is terrestrial plants. It is also we learned. I taught you. Is it, children? Yes. What is the terrestrial plants? The plants that grow on land are called terrestrial plants. You know that. See, basic on their landforms, we have find different types of terrestrial plants. Different terrestrial plants grow in different areas or different landforms. Is it, children? So, basic on their landform, we have classified or we have seen different types of terrestrial plants. First one is plants in plains. Terrestrial plants. There are different types of terrestrial plants. One is plant in plains. Some plants such as banyan, mango, these also grow in plains. Is it, children? Coconut tree, these also grow in plains. And second one is hilly region. Plants in hilly region. Plants in hilly region. Is it? It is very cold and heavy snow. Is it, children? In this area also we can find some trees, oak, cedar. See, many trees you can find in these areas. Today we are discussing about third one, means plants in windy region. Plants in windy regions. Windy regions included place such as grassland. The windy regions included place such as grassland. The plants which grow in this area, means in windy regions, they have flat topped or umbrella shape. They have flat topped or umbrella shape like these, children. See, flat top or umbrella shape. See, like this. The plants which grow in these windy regions, they have flat top or umbrella shape. Umbrella shape. Open your textbook and once you see that, children, see. See, flat and umbrella shape. See, it cannot bend. If they cannot bend, are broken by strong winds. You know that windy regions means in that areas heavy winds. Is it? The plants which grow in these areas, they cannot bend or broken by strong winds. If the plants do not like these winds, it can bend easily. So the plants like this flat topped or umbrella shape. It cannot broken or easily. It do not easily broken that. Is it by strong wind? And fourth one is plants in desert. Plants in desert. See, we know that different terrestrial plants live in different areas. Is it, children? Some plants grow in plains, some plants grow in hilly areas, some plants grow in windy regions. So, some plants grow in desert. Have you seen desert, children? Yes. Is it? Yes. Can you live in the desert? No. Why? Why? Because desert are extremely very hot areas. Is it? Very hot and dry places. Very little rainfall available in these areas. Okay, we cannot survive to these conditions. We cannot survive to these conditions. We cannot live in that area in desert. We cannot live in desert because very little water available. Because here it is very little rainfall. Okay. We cannot live because we need more water. So we cannot live in these areas, means in desert. But some plants live in desert. For example, cactus. For example, cactus. Is it, children? Cactus, bubble, acacia. See, these plants we can find in this desert. Can find in desert because they need little water. They no need to leave more water. So they are living. They are living desert. They are growing desert. The plant show many structural adaptation. These plants, for example, cactus, bubble, acacia, these plants shows many structural adaptation. Plants in these areas adapting according to these conditions. The plants which grow in these areas, they are adapting according to these conditions. These conditions means little water available and little rainfall, and they are adjusted for the weather condition. So they grow in the desert. And root system of the desert plant is well developed. Well developed. It can reach the water. It can reach the water. The root system of the desert plant can reach the water. The desert plants are called xerophytes. The desert plants are called xerophytes. Plants in desert the plants which grow in these areas, they show some structural adaptation. They show some structural adaptation. The plants in these areas adapting according to these conditions. These conditions means little water available, little rainfall, and hot weather. They have to adapting according to these conditions. See, the desert plants are called xerophyte. 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 The root of the desert plants are able to observe even small quantities of water available. The roots of the desert plants, are able to observe even small quantities of available water because they need water, but there is no water. Is it? They observe even small quantities of water. For example, children, the roots of mesquite bush can grow 20 meters down to reach the water. For example, mesquite bush. Mesquite bush. The roots of mesquite bush can grow 20 meters down. Can grow 20 meters down to reach the water. Most desert plants have thorns. Most desert plants have thorns. Thorns means, see, thorns. Okay. The most desert plants have thorns. This reduce loss of water. Loss of water. So most desert plants have thorns. They want to save the water. So they have thorns. This helps the reduce of the loss of water. Then acacia plants have small leaves. Acacia plants have small leaves. Acacia plants have small leaves and they have less exposed surface area. Acacia plants have small leaves and they have less exposed surface area. The reduced water lost from the leaves. It helps them to reduce the water lost from the leaves. So they have acacia plants have very small leaves. Very small leaves. Some desert plants such as cactus, You know that cactus is a desert plant. Is it? Some desert plant means cactus have spongy and soft stem. Why? Why? Because for store the water. See, cactus plants have spongy and soft stem for store the water. They need water, no, but there is no water. So they want to store the water. See, these also adaptation are features of the desert plants. See, in this class we learned about terrestrial plants. We discussed about terrestrial plants, plants in plains, plants in this one hilly regions, plants in desert. Is it? But desert means it is hot and dry places. We cannot live in the desert because very little water available in these areas. So, but some plants grow in the desert because they show some structural adaptation and they adapting for their conditions. Is it? So, these are the features of the desert plants. Thank you, children.